Good morning, everyone. It's Joni from Granny J Clay, and I thought I'd just do something very simple this morning for you. Well, actually, it's afternoon. Sorry. Someone had asked about making things with the silicone molds, and I do use them. Not all that often, but I do use them. So she wanted to know if I might go ahead and show you how to do this. So I decided I would. I had some leftover sage clay, which is mixed with pink, and I just rolled out some of that in here. And then I have some mint clay, and then this lighter mint clay I mixed with some pearl. So, or excuse me, no. This is jade, this is mint. I haven't mixed those. So I'm going to use that for something else in just a bit here, but I want to show you what I'm going to do. You can actually bake your pieces in silicone if the instructions on the package when you bought it says you can. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to show you what I do. It's very simple. I just pick out the clay that I want to use. Now this isn't mixed real well, but it shows little pieces of sage in there, if you can see it. And all I'm going to do is I'm only going to make one, and I'm going to make, let's see, which one should I make? I think I'll make this one right here. And I'm just going to take this clay, and I'm going to tear pieces kind of where I want them, and I'm just going to make a little ball. In other words, I'm going to warm up my clay. Okay? And I'm going to make sure I've got the sage and the pink facing down when I put it in. I'm not going to catch these little antennas in here today. They don't work for me. I'm just afraid they're going to break off. So I'm going to ignore that the antennas are there, and I'm just going to press this in like that. Now I'm going to get a little bit more. Let's see if I can get a little bit more pink. And we're going to push this in too. Actually, I need a little bit more. Make sure that I've got enough pink. I like the pink. I like sage too. They're beautiful together. Sharon, you're the one that ordered the sage. So anyway, sometime I might make that sage a little bit lighter in color, but for now it's going to stay that color. All right, then I'm going to take this and I'm just going to press it in. To be honest with you, I have not baked my pieces in silicone. This is just how I stuff it. Just in case you're wondering, and there's no rhyme or reason. I just make sure it's the clay color that I want. And then what I'm going to do, and I'll show you why I don't bake it first. I want to put a little bit of Pearl X powder on the other side. Just want to make sure it's getting all those, see all those pretty lines in the, or designs in the butterfly. I want to make sure I'm picking that up. So I even will pick it up, push it down like that sometimes. Now what I need to do is, I'm going to get one of my blades. I get the one that's a little more bendy. And I'm just going to start to shave this off of here. Little by little. Just little by little. Make sure you don't cut into your silicone mold. Now there you go. Isn't that pretty? Well, it's pretty already. But what I want to do is I'm going to push a little bit of texture into it. Oops, sorry about that, guys. I'm just going to grab my my texture sponge that is very small. I don't want a big texture on it, but I do want some. And I just press that in. Maybe you can see that. Okay. All right, now what I'm going to do is carefully get it out of there. I push down both sides. I very carefully roll it out. Sometimes if it's a very deep mold, I'll put cornstarch in there and then brush as much of the cornstarch out as I can, but still leaving a layer of it in there. It helps release it. Sometimes you can spray it with water and it will release the clay. But since I've done this one before, I knew it would release quite easily. So there's my butterfly. Let me see if I can get you down in here a little bit closer. Okay, there you go. And now what I'm going to do is very lightly add, let's see, what do I want to use? I'm going to get one of my makeup sponges out. And I'm just going to use probably, you see that side's not completely flat. I don't know if you can see that, but it's got a ridge in it. This side, and this side has a ridge in it. So I'm going to use this side, which does not have a ridge. So what I'm going to do is just put a little bit. Let me see if I got that little spoon available. These are so cool. These are Kemper tools. I think I must have gotten this at, I must have gotten this at Hobby Lobby some time ago, but it's got a tiny little spoon on each end. So all I'm going to do is take out a little, because you don't need a lot. And I'll lay that aside, put this over so I don't knock it over. And then I'm going to take my sponge, kind of walk it through there, and kind of tap, tap, tap to get some of that off. And then just lightly, I'm going to go over a little bit more. So it only gets, hopefully, sometimes it gets not just the ridges, but it will drop into the piece. And I don't mind about that. I just, if it happens, it happens, you know, because things happen. So let me just show you that. So, you know, you can do it, and I'm going to get that center. So I'm going to use the skinny piece of the sponge. I'm just going to tap that over here, and I'm going to see if I can't get the body of the butterfly to shine a little bit more. There. Okay. So, excuse me, that's one idea for a mold. And then what I do is I scrape the rest of this up if there's quite a bit left. And I just get it on here. And I tap what I can back in. Okay? And so I'll put this aside. Now I'm going to put this on a patty paper. These papers that I ordered that I told you about, that I put on my tile. It's called patty paper. They are 5.5 by 5.5. They fit perfectly. Let me show you. They fit perfectly on a tile. Let me see if I can back up here a little bit. There. They fit perfectly on the tile. Hi, honey. My husband and the dogs just came to see me. So that's what I'm talking about when I say on the paper. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to lift it up. And what I'm going to look around and see is if anything got on the back. Sometimes I will just tap my finger in the residue. Yeah, I love that. I like that. And you just tap around and you leave a little bit of shine on the back, which means when it comes out of the oven, then you have to spray it with shellac or put resin on it. You'll want to seal the Pearl-Ex in so it doesn't rub off. Okay, so this one is ready for the oven. This little guy is ready for the oven. Now I want to show you something different. And this one's going to need the whole tile all to itself. So let me just get rid of some of this clay that I've got here and show you what I've got. We're going to do one of my horses. I'm trying to remember what the name of this is. It's a carousel horse, but, cotton press. There it is, cotton press. This one was made, it looks like, in 80 maybe? I can't see that very well. Anyway, I found this on, I believe it was on Pinterest once. And I had wanted to make a carousel horse. And so I thought, well, I'll order it and see what happens. And so this is different. This is much different than your silicone. And your clay wants to really stick to this, so you do have to put something in there as a release. And I will brush it with, let me get rid of some of this stuff. I will brush it with cornstarch here. Show you what I'm talking about. Move some of my things so I don't have everything in the way and everything doesn't. Okay, but what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take these three and I'm going to twist. I'm going to cut them in half. I'm going to twist them together just like, well, let me show you this first. Just like this. Let me just do this first. And I might pick up a little Pearl X here. That's all right if I do. It's not that big a deal. There's another gal that I watch, and she often says, no big deal. And that's just like me. I feel the same way. No big deal. Don't sweat the small stuff. I think, trying to remember her name. I'll have to look it up here so you guys know, and you can go watch her. She's so good. Oh my goodness. She makes beautiful pieces. Let me just hook her up real quick here. On my phone. Clay Boutique. That's all one word. ClayBoutique. Clay Boutique. Go watch her on YouTube. She's really good. All right. Now we're going to roll this one out too. And I just want him a little bit more skinny. All right, see a little bit. He's going to run to Home Depot. My husband and my son. My husband's name is Dan. My youngest son's name is Brad, and he lives here. And he came over. He has done so much. He doesn't work in construction. He works as a financial consultant, but he loves to build, and he's very good at it. And he's made many, many shelving units, for storage in basements. And so, since we moved in here a little over a year ago, we really have needed a little bit of storage space. Now this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take these three, press them together, and then I'm going to just twist a little bit. Okay, and if the clay rips, it's not that it's not that big a deal. Okay, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll it out. And I'll show you why. I gotta set my little horsey aside. It's not giving me enough room here. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna twist it a little bit more because I want to be able to see all of that. Okay. All right, and I'm going to start to just roll it out a little bit. That's pretty already. Whoops. Sometimes you push so hard, I roll right off of it. All right. Now I'm going to pull it so it's kind of more angled. And then I'm going to run it through like that on my machine. Not this way, but this way. And I'm going to roll it through on 0, which is my widest setting, thickest setting. All right. Looks like I picked up a little something there. I'll have to show you what I made last night. Oh, good. That came. Oh, kind of like that idea. Ooh, I like that better. Yeah, we're going to use this side. Okay. That happens a lot, you guys. If you plan to use one side, then you think, oh, that's rather pretty on that side. I like it, I like it. All right, I'm going to roll this maybe one more time. I'm going to roll it on a 1, see what happens that way. And that's what I get. Ooh, that's pretty. See, this is too straight. I like the swirl in it. Okay, I'm going to move this other clay aside for just a minute. And I am going to wipe some of this other pearl clay off. I hope you can see. I decided to use my glass after all to work on. It's just so easy. Okay, so I'm going to get out my cornstarch, which I already have some in this little Chobani cup, this Greek yogurt cup. I've showed you those before. Now I'm going to take one of my larger brushes. It's a very cheap brush. I bought it at Michael's. It's just cheap. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in, see, I washed this off with alcohol this morning because it had some clay left in it from when I did this last time. And you have very thin areas on this horse. So when you pull the clay out, it might tear easily. And you know, if it does, the one thing, well, I love everything about working with clay, but one of the things that is really great is when you make a mistake, you can fix it. Usually. I'm getting some on my board. Okay, now what I'm going to do is just kind of tap that off of there, and I'm going to take it off my workplace because I'll have to lay this on here. And I'm going to go, you can't see this, but I have a big garbage can right to the right of me. So I'm going to take this now and brush it out, and you'll see what's left. I'm going to brush it into the garbage can. But it really wants to come up. You should probably wear a mask or something, huh? Maybe? I used to promote using there we go. I used to promote using a mask all the time, but you know, after we've had to wear masks the last year, I don't wear a mask, but I should. Okay. All right. Here it is. I have to just shake my my brush off a little bit and get some of this off of here. Okay. All right, now we'll see if this fits. Nope, it doesn't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run it through again. Only I'm going to run it through on a 2, making it skinnier. All right, so that's what I have. And still not wide enough, so I'm going to go to a 3. And I'm thinking that may do it. And I may make it do it. Yeah. All right. So I have to make sure I lay the side down I want to show. And this is the side I want. And you'll see some bubbles in the clay. I don't know if you can tell right here on the edge here. But there are a few, but they'll come out. It's not a big deal because I'm going to be pressing on this. So what I do is this, and then I'm going to put my fingers in some cornstarch, and I'm just going to come along and press areas here where I feel indentations. And the reason I put cornstarch on my fingers is I don't want to stick to the clay. When I push it down, I want it to stay down. So we'll just do that. I've been looking at some other, what are they called again? Cotton press molds. Let me take some of this off. Haven't found one I really want yet. I was kind of looking for a Christmassy one. But, all right, I see right here, I'm not stretched enough, so I just tore a little bit of clay off. and put it over there. And it won't be noticeable. And I'm going to tear some more clay off and put it right there. And just making sure that every spot is covered. Take a really good look at your mold before you start doing this, and then it'll help you remember. Like there's a little flag up here, I know that. I made so many of these. I really have. And you know what? I think, I'm going to see if this works. No. Hang on. I've got this sponge. This may work. Rather than using fingernails that punch it, yeah, that works better. So take the sponge, push it down where it needs to go, especially where you have added little pieces if you've had to add. And all this time you pray that it comes out okay. For sure. Now it's got a little bit of I'm going to do this. It's got a little bit of air in there. I don't know if you saw that puff up or not, but so I put a slit in it. Now I'm going to push down hard on it, and we'll see what happens with that. And if it shows on the other side, maybe I'll be able to fix that. We'll see what happens. You know, this is what I mean by playing with clay. When you play, you find out what works, what doesn't work, what you're good at, what you're not good at, those kinds of things. Okay, I think I have hit all the areas. Okay, this works really well. This is another makeup sponge that I bought at Walgreens, I think. And along with those other white makeup sponges, they really help. Okay. And I got the tail over here. I think we're doing okay. Got the feet and the hooves. Now what I want to do is I'm going to fill the back in with whatever color I want to fill it in with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just start taking this off, and you can see as you've pressed it into the mold, you can kind of see where it is. If you make a mistake, then push another piece back in, but you can kind of see after you've impressed it. And I don't know if you can, yeah, you can see it a little bit, I think. So you trim that off. You know, you don't have to trim right up to the very indentation, but you can take a bit off like that. And I think I should use my X-Acto knife. That might work better. Okay. Yeah, that works better. And I don't take it all the way up to the edge. I take it, I cut it off and leave a little lip, just a little lip. Okay, and then I'm going to come over here, and I'm touching it because I'm kind of feeling where I should or shouldn't cut. Okay. All right, I think I'll leave that there. And this is kind of between the legs, I think, so we're good on that. I just cut into the hoof, so I gotta come back out. I pushed it back down. All right. Here we go. Boy, we've had a beautiful rain last night and tonight, and last night and today. It's still raining a little bit. My husband just went and my son actually built, and my husband helped him build some shelves for the storage room behind us here, behind me here. And there was a misjudgment in how much lumber, because he forgot that lumber needed to go in the center. Well, that probably doesn't make sense to you, but anyway. So he just ran back to get a couple of pieces of lumber, and he should be able to finish it now by himself. Okay, so we got that pretty much cleaned off of there. But now what I want to do is I want to fill this with clay, and I'm going to decide what I want to do. I think I'm going to go with this darker and this, and there will be pieces of shades of I'm just cutting this up so it's easier to use. I'm going to roll it out together, and I'll show you what I mean. Okay. So I'm just going to line them up like this. No rhyme or reason. It's just, this will be the backing of it. And then as I do this, if it doesn't fill in the back, I'll put more clay on to fill the back. So we'll see what happens. It's fairly deep in some places, yet in other places it's not. So we shall see what we shall see, right? Okay. Now what I'm going to do is just pick this up, and okay, there we go. I'm going to run it through on my widest setting on my Atlas 180, the widest setting being 0. And that's what it turned out to be. Okay, so all I'm going to do, and this may not be wide enough, and that's going to be okay too, is I think I'm going to start down here, and I'm going to take it and press it in. Press, press, press. So we're actually making a second layer, and I'm tearing some of that off, and just going to go put it somewhere else. And I'll tear some of that off and put that there. And, oh, I should have torn all that. You can just tear it off and put it wherever you want to put it. Just so you know you have the back filled, so there's no more indentation. And I'll show you what we do after we've done this. Okay, that looks like that might be good there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these two, roll them out. That's why I said there's really no rhyme or reason to it, really. And I'm also going to take the rest of the pink. I can do that too. And so I can use that up. Good way to use scrap clay, that's for sure. All right. Just got to squeeze some of the air out of it, that's for sure. Now I'm going to put these together. And then I'm going to twist, 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 twist. And you see how it tears apart? It doesn't matter if it does, it's okay. All right, now I'm going to show you something I haven't showed you before. My big old, I've got a very big rolling pin that I use every once in a while, and I'm going to use it on this. You see it? I have this in my kitchen. They say not to use things in your kitchen again when you use them with clay. And actually I haven't, because I haven't done much baking at all lately. Okay, so I'm just pushing. All right. Now I'm pushing just kind of back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and I'm going to run it through the machine again. Okay, there we go. So it doesn't matter either side. And this is what we have in this. So we're going to add a little pink. Yay! In fact, I'll start on the pink side, and I'm just going to fill in here. And okay. And when I'm done with this, there's more to be done. I think I'll just go ahead and lay this in maybe like that. Okay. And you think, that's a mess. Yeah, it looks like a mess. It does. I don't want to cover up all that much. Let's see. Maybe I can go like that. Oh, there we go. Brought some more back in. Some more pinky. That's good. Bring that in. I bet you're really wondering how in the world this is going to turn out like this. Well, let's just hope it does. Let's hope it does turn out. Okay, you don't want any more indentations. So if you've got some indentations, add clay. Just add clay. I think I need some right there. Now what I'm going to do is, I've got a lot of clay on here. I'm just going to make sure I've got it pushed really well. Use my sponge again. Okay, a second. I have to wipe my nose. All right, now I'm going to bring it back here, and I'm going to take my smaller roller and just press on some of this. So I'm making sure that it's really in there. And that will kind of combine the clay too, as you can see. But this isn't really what you're going to see anyway. I'll show you why. But some of this is what you'll see, but not all of it. So these little acrylic rollers, this is 8 inches long. Oh, I use them every day, several times with claying. And they're just wonderful. This is compressing all the clay together, really, what it's doing, as best you can. I didn't want to use my big one for this. The clay is fairly soft now, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right. And there is a bubble. Get the air out. Okay. All right, I think all right, that's pretty good. Now what I'm going to do, as you see, I get all kinds of clay on my fingernails. I'm going to take, where is my straight edge? I'm going to take my blade that's not so bendy. Well, no, I'm going to use the bendy one first. I'm going to take a layer. Make sure I've got the right side. I'm cutting with the right side, aren't I? Yes. Start taking layers off. And this would be probably pretty for a necklace. Let me just see what this looks like. Yes, you could add a background to that. It's almost like mokumigane. Okay. I think I'll save those pieces. Double purpose here. Let's see what we get here. Let's see. Oh, these are going to be kind of pretty. Okay. Yep. Double purpose. I'm getting down to the edge of where the horse is. Oh, that's just pretty, you guys. I'm going to just pull that off. I like that. I like that. Oh, okay. Another video probably will be how I make something out of that. Okay. Some of it I won't use for it, but a lot of it I will. There, now you're seeing, here's part of the, that's so pretty. Part of the horse form is showing. So then you kind of have to be more careful. Sometimes you end up cutting too much clay out. You're dipping and you don't know you're dipping, but I'll show you what you do when we get back there. Oh my goodness! Look at that, you guys. Aren't they pretty? I see I'm not putting them in the screen. So look at those. Just look at these. Oh my goodness. I love those colors. Sharon, you love them too, right? I know you do. She's my new friend in Florida. All right. let's continue here. I'm going to start over here. I don't know, the bendy one just seems to work better for me. Oh my goodness. Well, that's not, I didn't expect to get those. I haven't. Oh, I love those colors. Oy. These are the most beautiful colors together. Okay. Now I'm going to come in with my straight blade again. And I should do what I learned to do via YouTube and sharpen my blades. Here's another pretty one. I'll show you that one. I need to sharpen my blades so this works better. But once I'm done with this, you see how some of the pieces are going to be too little. And I'm not going to probably use those. We'll see. All right. And then we'll come over here. I don't know if you can see all these, but oh my goodness, that. Oh, I can't wait to do my next project now. Okay. Getting real close to the edge of where the horse is, like right, see the hoof right there? Can you see that? I need to move some of these. I'm going to put these on another tile. I don't have enough room for it all here. So, and I do want to save those. Goodness, they're just beautiful. Okay. And here we go. Okay. I get lost on my stories, but I told you that my husband went to get some more wood. And they're just the part that will brace the storage shelves up. We have all the shelving pieces that we're going to use, so that's good. And you know, he went through all of my storage, he went through all of our storage, and of course he asked me along the way, and we did it together, decided what we were going to keep and what we weren't going to keep. And we have hauled so many things to what we call Goodwill here, and it was good stuff. I don't like to just drop off junk. Who wants junk? Nobody. Okay. So I'm hoping that the people that get some of that enjoy it. Okay. And this. You see, I don't know if you can see it. I'll hold it up in just a second. You can see. Just a second here. You really want to keep it straight and not bow your blade. Okay. Otherwise you're going to get divots, I think. Okay. See how I can just still push that? I used to use leftover clay all the time for these. I made several. They're all gone now. I gave them all away. And they make cute Christmas gifts that they can hang on the tree, or they can just hang in the room of a child. And you don't have to be a child to enjoy a carousel horse, I found out. I love them. I think they're so cute. All right. Let me just show you what I've done so far. You see that? You see the form kind of coming out now? What I don't want to do is not trim. So what I start, not trim it well. When I'm done, I start pushing it into any area that I can see has been revealed. And it helps to release it too, when I start to release it. So if you've never done this, try it sometime. You can get a smaller form, I'm sure, than this carousel. This carousel horse is from tip of the tail to like his mane is just about 4 3/4, and then from top to the bottom is, let's see, that would be right there, is about 5 1/4. So he's a good size. He's a good size. Okay, I'm going to bring it in. Bring it in, bring it in. Just pushing some clay into the back of the mold here. And if I can't seem to get it, I'll just go back in and trim a little bit more. And I see some over here I want to trim right here. I know there's a bare spot there. Yeah. All right. It doesn't matter if some of the clay sticks out here. You can wipe that off later. Okay? But it has to reveal the entire horse before you take it out. Are you saying a prayer for me that this comes out? I hope so. All right. This one has some there. I always look at it once it's out and make sure I smooth things out if I have to. But when you do it this way, you really don't have a lot of smoothing out to do. Maybe just a couple of places, but... So I'm gonna, these are stubborn, whatever these things are right there. Okay. And then, I don't know, maybe you can see this, but as I push, it pushes the clay back into the mold and reveals the outline more and more. Some of that is stubborn though. Okay. And I'll show you, once I get done pushing it back in, I'll show you what I do then. Because I like, no matter what I make, I like seeing texture on the back of it. And here I'm fixing it just a little divot, because when I come in with my texture sheet, I want to make sure the whole horse gets some texture to it. Now this one, this is a thin area up here. You can always tell when I haven't talked very much, I get a little bit hoarse. So I'm sorry if I'm clearing my throat too much. I'll try not to. All right, here we go. My voice sounds deeper. All right. Anyway, I was telling you that we had a lot of rain. Some of you have been watching my videos, and you saw the deck video where I showed you our new deck and our furniture and that, you know. It's just a small area, but it's our area. It's pretty. Let me see here. So last night, what we do is, when we know it's going to storm or rain or whatever, we have a box, which you would have seen in the video, a box out on our deck where we put the back cushions from the couch or the sofa out there and from the 2 chairs out there. And then we bring the seat cushions into our house, just a few feet into the house. There's a certain place that we just let them sit there until it stops raining, and then we put them back out. So I had to do that last night, and oh my goodness, we had to take our chime out there down. It was just windy, windy, windy. But I am very thankful when we get rain. Very thankful. There's a little, I don't know if you can see that or not, but you see that? It separates the flag a little bit from this little post. So it seems like I need a little bit more back in that area. So, as you can see, I'm just going to push it back in. And then I'll shave that off. And we'll see if that'll do it. Okay. All right, I think this is going to be good for now. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, let's see if this will work. Yeah, I'm going to take a rug backing that I cut this off of another rug backing because we don't use it. And it's more bumpy on this side, so I'm going to lay it down. And then I'm going to just take the acrylic rolling pin, roll it over. Nope, that's not, do you see it's not going on very well? So I've got another idea. Let's see here. What I think I'll do is use this one. And I'm going to just press. Press, 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 press. This gives a real, I guess what I would say is antique or crackled look. Maybe crackled look is a better way to say it. Yeah, that's better. I'm going to fold it in half. I'm just going to do it as many times as I want to get the effect that I want. Oh, that back is going to be pretty. Really pretty. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. This is going to be the tough part. Just make sure you get all of it. You won't have another chance to put this on because you can't press from the front of the horse once you get it out of here. So make sure you have all of the texture that you want before you turn it over. Okay? And I think we're pretty good. So let's just do this. I'm going to be kind of careful about what I use, but I don't know. Maybe I've used this before. I might have to rub the edge out of it. Yeah, that will come up. See if this one's going to come up. Okay, let's just do this. I'm just loosening it a little bit. Oh, that was too much. If I can get a place that really comes up easily, like here we go, then I can put something else under there that is softer and kind of work it out. Let's see if I can do this. Sometimes clay sticks. Clays, are just different in different circumstances. And so let's see. I know you're thinking I'm poking this to death, and maybe I am. But I want it to come up. We'll see. All right. This is working better than that other thing. Okay. I'm going to try to get the edges, whoops, up. I'll go to some that aren't as detailed. Maybe we can do it this way. This feels like it's going to be a stinker to get up. And you know what? I'm wondering if you put it in the freezer for a while, if it would come up easier when your clay seems to be sticky. It probably would. It probably would, yeah. Okay. Since I've started over here, let me see if I can continue it over here. Okay. Now I'm going to come. I'm not even looking up at the screen. I hope I haven't left you out, you guys. I'm sorry if I have. Okay, there we go. And you're saying this seems so futzy. Well, yeah, it can be. This clay was soft. Soft, soft, soft. Ooh, that's coming out nice. And not so nice. Okay. I watched Emma yesterday, Emma Devost, Emma Devost, and she was making key rings with a couple of my pieces of clay. She's so sweet. That's so sweet of her. It's fun to see that clay again. You know I sent her a big box of clay, but I don't remember what it was. You know how that can be? You don't remember. Somebody says, you gave me this. Oh, did I? Okay, I like it. Yep, it's nice. Oh, gosh. Okay. Let's see how we can do here. I'm going to very carefully try, slowly but surely, to pull this out. And it's going to give me a little fit, I think. Yeah, it is. It's going to give me a little fit right there. All right. Where is it? You guys, I've never had this much trouble getting them out, so I apologize. And I'm thinking, I wonder if cleaning with alcohol did that. I'm going to push it down again and pick it up. Okay, that's fine. All right. Let's start going around here. You know what you can do? I'll show you. I just thought of this because I'm going to need to do it. And some of the clay got left in there, so let's pick it up again, see if we can get it. All right. Oh, you get to see one of my times where this didn't come out very well, I think. But, that's kind of nice too, because not everything works when you want it to. Sometimes it doesn't work. I'm using this now, a different softer tool, but you can push on it a little bit better. Okay, push it, pick it up. All right. And I'm going to come from this way now. I would suggest you use clay that's not quite as soft as the clay that I used anyway. Yeah, here we go. I think it's coming. Let's just see what happens if I go very slow and pull this little guy out of here. I need to get this foot up. Now, there's not really that much more to pull up. So, we'll see what he looks like. See if we can't fix him. Should we see if we can't fix the guy? Yeah, we'll see. Pick that up. Okay. Little by little. Wow, this is a messy one. Okay, pull it up. Come on. Pull it up. Let's see if we can get you out of here. Come on, little guy. Come on, little guy. Come on, little guy. Look at all that clay that's stuck down there. Okay, now let's see what happened to him. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to lay down this. And so if I have to push on anything, it'll still get a texture. Okay, you can see that a divot came out of that. So you know what I'm going to do here is just I'm going to put something in there. And because I've got this under here, then I think, let's see, how does that one go? Okay. What I can do is push it back in Let me just see. I don't know if this is working, guys, but let me just do it. There's not much back here. If it were the saddle and all that other stuff, I'd be a little nervous. But in fact, let me just pull this down here as I work with it. The flag is very delicate, so you want to be very careful with the flag. But I think, let me see, what else can I use? I'm going to use this as well. I'm just going to roll that there. Okay. I'm going to try to save him. We'll see what happens with him. Okay. What you want to do is, you know, sometimes you can't save something. You can try, and I would always say try, but and I didn't want it to stick to my glass either, so using pushing it out again, using the texture mat behind is helpful. But of course, when I want to show you how to do this, that's the tail. Let's bring it in a little bit further. Tail is kind of delicate as well. Make sure it has the divots where it was supposed to have the divots. Okay. Once this guy's baked, there's a lot of things you can do too to make him more sturdy. If you're afraid, if it comes out like this, you know, and it's not exactly the way you wanted it to come out, there's always something you can do. Like, for instance, you could make a new backing for it. You could lay this, after it comes out of the oven, you could lay this on top of raw clay and just cut around it. Add some liquid clay to the back and put a new backing on it. It makes it more sturdy. Okay, let me just see what I'm doing here. I don't know if I'm doing any good at all. Okay. Here we go. And I like to push this guy in a little bit because if he's not hanging out so far, it's less likely that it will come off. And that's his mane. Okay. All right. He's not looking so bad, I guess, but like I said, I would do it differently next time. I would, if you clean it out with alcohol, and you know, that evaporates, so I thought I was safe, but maybe I just didn't wait long enough because I had just cleaned it. But he's coming along. He's not too bad. He's got a little patch on his left hip. Okay. And I want to make sure that what I'm trying to do is just ease out some of the cracks that look like they're cracked. And I'm not sure why that happened since this clay was soft. But it was me, probably the way I got it out of the mold. Okay. And then up here you can see he's got a little bit of a crack over his eye. So I'm going to fix that a little bit. I'm going to hold this together. There we go. Different tools come in so handy. I have a niece and a nephew. My nephew is a dentist. In fact, he has 3 brothers. All 4 of those young men are dentists. And what's amazing about it is that they were looking into their family history, and another set of 4 brothers in their family history, another set of 4 brothers, were dentists. Isn't that crazy? kind of cool though, I think. Anyway, they sent me some tools. I'm so thankful for that. They were very sweet to do that. And I use dental tools once in a while to get into really little places, but they'd be too pokey for this. So I need something. Look at the difference here. Do you see how this bends? So that's really soft. This, not so much. It's harder. And it's got a straight edge end too. That's helpful sometimes. Okay, let me just take a look at our boy right now. Now, I shouldn't have ruined the texture on the other side whatsoever. Whatsoever. Okay, let me just take this off. Yeah, that's just fine. Okay. Oops. Isn't that pretty? The back is really pretty. And you know what I'm seeing here is, I must have poked through here. Let me close it. There. Okay. Ooh, he's cute. Oh, I like the back better than the front. But the front's pretty too. All right, I'm going to put him back on here for just a minute so you can see what I did. You're going to see places where I want to make sure this is up where it needs to go to. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put it on a piece of patty paper and on a tile. Bring that in. Here we go. And I'm just going to flip him over and then put it there. Okay. All right. Yeah, he's pretty dry. Okay. Now what I thought I would do is just add a little sparkle to him. You know, I like sparkle. So there's a little bit on his thing there. Okay. So this is what I'm going to do. Let's see here. I'm trying to debate what I want to use. That's kind of, I don't know about this spring green. Let me try it. I'm just dipping this in here, if I can get it in there. And then I shake it off. And I don't want a whole bunch, so keep shaking it. All right, so what I'm going to do here is just kind of come in. Oh, that's kind of pretty. Oh, I don't mind that a bit. Okay. So where the sage is, I'm just adding a little sparkle. The darker color. A little bit of it's called spring green. So it makes it shiny. Okay, I like that. So far, so good. And we'll put a little bit more here. You really don't see a lot of pink on this side, do you? Here and there I can see it. Maybe you can't. I don't know. But some in the tail, of course, on the side of his hip there. But all right. I'm going to get another brush, and I'm just going to hold this over the garbage can and brush that extra off that's laying on the patty paper. Okay, there we go. Oh, that's pretty. I like that. Yeah, I like that. That's nice. Okay, so we'll go with that spring green on there. And I don't know. trying to debate here. Do I want any more Pearl X on there? Of course I do. So I'm going to add a little bit of pearl white. Where's my pearl white? There it is. Okay. When I have other clay on my mat, like all of this up above, here, I'll show you all that. I'm very careful with the Pearl X because I don't want it to get all over that. But I need another little, I'm using another one. I'll use the skinny end. It's got a flat end to it, so that's kind of helpful. And you can kind of direct it. Oh, that's pretty. And you know, you don't have to get it all over. You can just kind of even onto the other. That's pretty. All right. I like that. So just a dot here and there maybe. Okay. This part can have more. The mint green can have a little bit more. And I'll put some dots on the jade green. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, now let me get this brushed off again. I brush over the horse too, lightly. Oh, so lightly, just up and down, and it kind of sets it, makes it sparkle a little bit more. I just kind of like this. All right, so that is ready to go into the oven, 275 for an hour. And I will also, oops, I gotta move this over. Here. I'm trying to decide, do I want some of that Pearl X on the other side? Very slowly. Yeah, you know what? I think I do, but not a whole lot. Let's see. Just kind of here and there. I'll just take it off of the patty paper. I don't want to cover it completely with that, but it can have a little sparkle too. Now, if you were going to rebake it and put a different backing on, that would be different. But I don't want to do that. Okay. All right. You see that? Just have a little bit here and there. And now this is too dirty, so I want to get a new one. And put this out like that. And flip it over. Okay, now I want to take a last glance before I cook it. You cure it in the oven. It has a plasticizer in it. Polymer clay has a plasticizer in it that will, this is where I just kind of get picky. I just kind of look at it and make sure it's where I want it. That once you cook it and let it cool, it has to cool before it's completely done. The plasticizer hardens. The heat will help with that. So, and then you have to just be sure you let it cool completely before you fool around with it or, you know, do something else with it. But I think that's okay. I think that's all right. I think he's going to make it. You think? I think he's going to make it. I could put an indentation in there for his eye, but I don't think I want to. I want it to be drawn to the color out here. I don't want his eye to be the focus. But you could do that. Now I'm going to put this back down here. Do you see how that came apart from that? This is his mane, but I want it attached. So I'm even going to roll it a little bit. I want it attached, the flag attached to his mane. And this almost looks like that's got a crack. Let me just hold my finger there and do my thing. Okay. Make sure the ball is a ball on top. Oh, he's cute. I like him. Okay. Well, those. This is a long video. I apologize for that, but where is my other one? I'll bring my little butterfly in too. In fact, I'm just going to put her here. There we go. There they are. Now I will go and bake them, and I'll do another short video for reveal. And maybe by that time I'll have made something with these beautiful pieces that I cut off. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you're having a good day, rain or no rain, sunshine or no sunshine. God bless you all. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.